This isn't natural light, but this is probably the best I'm going to get right now. It is. Let me turn that off. There we go. My flashes on. I'm on my break as usual. Oh, you can see my glasses. Right there. You can see my glasses in the reflection. That's crazy. I should have did this when the sun came up, but it's crazy. It's almost 7 o'clock and the sun's not fully up yet. I guess it's entertainment. But anyway, this is I hope this doesn't come out too poorly. It looks like it's gonna be really bad. Hopefully I can try it. Hopefully it doesn't come out that bad. But anyway, I'm reviewing Futurama. I'm on season 5. This is episode 10 and 11, if I'm not mistaken. 10 is titled 300 Big Boys, which is not what you think. And episode 11 is titled Spanish Fly, which I think it's titled that. It's not what you think. Well, yeah, it's not what you think. So, the first episode, episode 10, is really good. This is probably my favorite episode so far. I think I'm gonna go on record, as far as recording this, as saying episode 10 in season 5 is my favorite episode out of all of them. Even the Snoo episode. This takes a look at it looks at how people, well, it's a perception. Let me get that clear first. It's the perception that if an individual has a lot of money, they have a false, they become happy only because they have the money, which is like you don't, and it's also saying you don't need to have money in order to be happy. I think it's again, it's doing a good job to entertain you, all at the same time having a great conversation starter, making you think, like, do you necessarily need money in order to be happy? Now, I know there's probably some individuals out there saying, what are you talking about? It's an animated show. They're not even close to talking about happiness versus the level of income that you've achieved in life. Nobody's talking about it. It's just an animated show, dude. You're reaching. You have to watch the episode and gauge it for yourself. But I'm telling you, it involves all the citizens of Earth, because Earth is under one president now, because it's an animated show. But all the citizens of Earth being given like $300 in an equivalent, well, just $300, and of course they show all the characters' take on what they would do with $300, an extra $300. Somebody bought a tattoo. One guy spent it pretty much on his girlfriend. Another guy tried to give his son a toy so they can kind of like bond with that. One guy, what did he even do with that? I don't even remember what Bender, the character Bender. I don't even remember what the character Bender did with the $300. He wound up. He went to a. I'm just gonna tell this little story. So he goes to a cigar shop, and they have varying cigars by quality, and the quality also varies the price. So instead of him buying like a $300 cigar, he buys a $300 burglar kit, comes back and steals a $10,000 cigar. And this cigar, I forget. Dang, I don't know if I should give it away. I won't give it away. Just what the cigar is wrapped up with it's hilarious. But Bender poses. Everybody's initially. I'm rewinding a little bit. So initially, when everybody's given the $300, everybody's like, "Oh, I should do this or I should do that." Bender says, "Oh, I don't know whether I should get a $300 hooker bot because he's a robot. So I don't know if I should get a $300 hooker bot or get $301 hooker bots." I thought that was hilarious. What else happens in there? Oh man, it's a really great episode. I'm leaving so much out. I'm leaving so much out of this episode. I'm really not doing this episode justice whatsoever. So what does Leela wind up doing? I can't remember what she winds up spending her money on. Oh man. What does Fry winds up spending all his money on coffee, which is weird. He drinks like I think it was like 100 cups of coffee or something like that. He drinks like 100 cups of coffee, and which comes into play later on. And the whole reason that everybody has this $300 is because Earth invaded another planet and took all that planet's wealth. And they said they have a surplus of money, so you're just gonna give everybody $300. That's how they all wound up. That's how all the citizens of Earth wound up getting $300 on this particular episode. So, but at the end of the episode, Bender's smoking that cigar, of course, and Hermes is the one who tried to buy a toy so he can like bond with his son, and he comes bursting into the party, causes Bender to lose the cigar, and the whole place goes up in flames. But at that exact moment, Fry has just drinking his 100 cup of coffee, so somehow that gives him superhuman speed, and he's able to take everybody out to safety and just extinguish the fire inside. I know I'm just leaving so much out of the episode. It's a great episode. It's my favorite episode. It's episode 10 in season 5, my favorite episode, and it's titled 300 Big Boys. Now, episode 11 is titled Spanish Fly. So this one takes a look at how to keep a relationship, how to keep the spark in a relationship over a long period of time. Like, what I got from it was basically don't change. That's not good. No, don't forget who you are. I guess don't forget why your partner was attracted to you in the first place. But I mean, don't forget to do those small things that you used to do. Don't forget to be genuine. I guess don't forget to don't get too comfortable to where you just stop doing everything. Remember to keep doing things. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense at all, which it probably doesn't. But in this particular case, of course, Fry they're out camping looking for Bigfoot or whatever, and this is funny too. The officer, like the park ranger, his name is Officer Park. It's a Korean guy. He's like, "Hey, I'm Officer Park. I'm the park ranger." I thought it was pretty funny. So I thought it was pretty funny. So they wind up camping, and for some reason Bender doesn't bring which is still, again, he's a robot. He doesn't bring a tent, so he winds up tricking Fry out of his tent, and then sleeping in Fry's tent. And with that happening, Fry winds up getting abducted. This is something else that happened that was funny. When Fry gets abducted by the spaceship, it's set in the future, so seeing the spaceship isn't that big a deal. When he gets abducted by the spaceship, he says he notices something. He goes, "Hey, why does your vanity plate say Probe 1? That's so funny, because it's something associated with being abducted by aliens. You're always going to get probed, and they think the probe always goes through the back door, for lack of a better term." So to get abducted by a spaceship that has a vanity plate that says Probe 1 on it, come on, that's funny. To me, that's funny. So then, seeing what else happens in this episode. I don't know. It's kind of also episode is it episode 11 or episode 12? God, I wish I knew. It'll be in the description. I'm pretty sure it's 12. I take that back. I'm pretty sure this is 11 and 12. So there's 11 or 12. It'll be in the description though. This is the first episode where the theme song at the beginning, the song that plays at the beginning of every episode, was absent. and they had I think they had the voice of Bender beatbox it while Bender was screaming in the background. Not like screaming, but like a party chant, like woo. He was a woohooing in the background. I shouldn't say screaming. So, I think. Oh, and they wind up finding Bigfoot too. But I'm gonna get back to why Fry was abducted. Fry was abducted, and he comes back, and he's trying to tell the story, and each character is seeing him, and they're surprised. And then now you're building suspense. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? He turns around, and his nose is missing. Apparently, aliens think that the human nose or the human horn is an aphrodisiac. So they're abducting people, and poachers are abducting human beings, taking their nose and giving the aliens as an aphrodisiac. And then Bender comes in and makes the situation even worse by saying, hey, just out of robo curiosity, when you wouldn't take their lower, when you want to take their hoo-hay or their genitalia, and it's like, what? Like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, that's actually the thing they use when they're being intimate. He's like, really? The alien's like, really? So they decided to take that, the lower horn. But they wind up the two aliens that are involved in this long relationship that's losing its spark wind up working it out, and they also finding Bigfoot, because I think they're looking for Bigfoot since the beginning of the episode. They wind up finding him at the end, and Bigfoot actually winds up saving the day. I thought it was good, but I like the first episode way more. So one's titled 300 Big Boys, which is my favorite episode ever so far, and Spanish Fly.